All right, so we want to simplify completely. And this here is what we call a complex fraction. It's a complex fraction because we see a fraction within a fraction, right? This is the main fractional bar. And on the numerator, we see two fractions, 5 over x minus 1 minus 3 over x plus 2. And on the denominator, we have just one fraction here, right? 4 over x plus 2. Right, now, in order to simplify these complex fractions, we use this property, right? A over b divided by c over d. Okay. Now, once again, we never divide by fractions, all right? Let's rewrite this. A over b divided by c over d. But we know that this becomes a over b times d over c, right? But remember, the key point here is that this is only one fraction here, right? A fraction divided by a fraction. Okay, so we actually cannot use this property quite yet. Okay, what we have to do is we actually have to combine the numerator into one fraction first. Then we can use this property here. So really, I don't want to say this is like two problems in one. Okay, but yeah, essentially we want to combine this first. Okay, and then we'll just rewrite that here, and then we should be able to use this property, okay? So here we're subtracting fractions, right? That means we need to get the LCD, right? So remember, we're just doing the top part here, all right? So here the LCD is x minus 1 times x plus 2. Okay, so let's rewrite these fractions. 5 over x minus 1, 3 over x plus 2. But wait a minute. Remember, we want these to have the LCD in the denominator. Okay? Oh, sorry, that should be an x minus 1, right? So let's rewrite this. This should be an x minus 1. So now what can we do in this case? Right? Well, this denominator needs an x plus 2 in it, which means that we should multiply the numerator by x plus 2. Similarly, this denominator needs an x minus 1 because that's part of the LCD, right? So we should multiply the numerator by x minus 1 as well. Okay. Now notice that these fractions have the same denominator, right? That's good. Since they have the same denominator, we can combine these into one fraction. Okay. It should have the LCD in the denominator here, right? And we just combine the numerators. Now before we do so, let's just clean it up a little bit, okay? So I'll distribute the 5 here, that becomes 5x plus 10. Right here, this becomes 3x minus 3, but you got to be careful with this minus sign here, right? We get 5x plus 10 minus 3x minus 3, okay? So that becomes, when we combine like terms here, right? 5x minus 3x, which is 2x, and then 10 plus 3, which is 13, okay? Now we're still not done yet though, right? Notice that the numerator here is 2x plus 13 over x plus 2 times x minus 1. But we are dividing it by this guy right here, right? Divided by 4 over x plus 2. But we know that we don't divide by fractions, right? What do we do instead? We have to multiply by the reciprocal. So if we multiply by the reciprocal, we get x plus 2 over 4. And notice here that, well, only one thing's going to cancel out, right? In this case, only the x plus 2 will cancel out, so what's left? We have 2x plus 13 in the numerator, and on the denominator we have the 4 times x minus 1. Okay, and this is going to be our final answer.